Krishna, can we start?
Where you want me to sit and now it's start?
Yes. Please. Just 5 minutes. Be here. Just 5 minutes. Please, please. So now, just 5 minutes. We recap the things what we discussed, what we did, and then we can have a 15 minutes break. For tea break and bar break for 15 minutes. Just we want to recap what we have done. Just to summarize few things, just taking for wait. Always to remember first to ask for the removal glass and to request, can you please remove glass? Always to ask for the removal of watch. If they are wearing the watch on the right hand or left hand, whichever the hand we are checking the pulse. Right now, as we decided and fixed that to check pulse in the right hand, so we can ask if it is. Then holding the pulse. Holding the pulse. First to hold the hand and holding the hand like this. Holding the hand palm to palm, like this. Here I don't have table, otherwise we can definitely have a support of the table to keep the hand on the table. Okay, like this. And then to put these 3 fingers, use these 3 fingers. Normally or actually to put all these 3 fingers together, otherwise we will be influenced by the judgment. If we put first finger, we always get the first finger always dominating. That will come in the next point. But right now, just telling you, radial bone. Many of us we were finding a difficulty or challenge in radial bone. Where is the radial bone? So it is always a challenge, and it's different person to person. Sometimes the heavy body, fat, skinny person, whichever way. But we need to check the pulse. We consider it here somewhere, and then next to that we place our first finger as index finger, vata finger, pitta finger and kapha. Index, middle and ring. Now this is wrong. To keep the gap lot. To keep no gap also wrong. To keep the gap only the standard gap as it is mentioned and explained, like just pinpoint, pen tips, generally only like this much. Not too much, not too close. Only this. Okay, and keep this vata fingers, index finger with the light pressure, just to place. Pitta finger, middle finger, to press little more. Kapha finger, ring finger, to press heavy. So right now we were working and understood only until now to placing the finger at the right location with right pressure. Right location, right pressure. If you catch the right flight, then you reach to the right destination. If we place the finger at the wrong place, see my finger, index finger is at the pitta place. I will get always the wrong information. I cannot expect. If I place like this, also wrong. Any different position is the wrong information. Also, if we are not accurate with the pressure, also the wrong information. If we have given the less pressure with the pitta and more pressure with this, we will get the wrong information for sure. So always to remember, first thing is right pressure, right location. In Ayush Shakti, we have the working actually right now 25 doctors. Any Ayush doctor who joins Ayush Shakti does the practice on the location on pressure for 1 full month. Every day 100 patient, they just check on the placing the finger at the right place and right location. Because these 2 things are like a foundation, pillar of the building. If foundation is strong, then the all next 5 steps are easy to understand. You get the right information quickly. Good? So after the break, we will go to the next Vata, Pitta, Kapha, how to find out. That we'll see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please. Very quick. We are really running late. So please, as soon as possible, we will be here.
How long?
15 minutes. Okay? I think it's okay. Thank you. After getting ready to take the pulse, after having proper position, being a practitioner, being a pulse reader, our own position and the client's position both settled, then the next step is to check the pulse. Normally, as a basic, we are supposed to check these 5 steps, these 5 basic things in the pulse. First, we check balance and imbalance in the pulse. Balance and imbalance means recruiting. Mainly we try to understand where is the imbalance, which dosa is imbalance. We'll start with that. How to find easily. How to find easily which dosa is imbalance. I will invite Dr. Ronak to explain us the Ayush Shakti way of working, Ayush Shakti way of doing pulse reading. Many of you or most of you knowing him, and many of you had a personal webinar with him in the past time, and he had a good successful completed this organized the pulse webinar. He taught this pulse education, pulse reading diagnosis system through the webinar. Not offline but online. So he is a super expert. To teach this pulse online is such a great job. So today we have this opportunity to learn from him directly in person. Thank you, Dr. Ronak. Please.
It's an honor to be here. Right. Thank you for coming. I wish you all the best. Right. We hope that you're going to be enjoying your stay with us. Am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we need the mic?
I think you have to unmute your mic. There is a button. તમને ખબર નહીં button?
Doshas in their natural state. So more or less, I guess everybody has the idea that index finger is for Vata, the middle finger is for Pitta, and the ring finger is for Kapha. Right? Now, how you feel the balanced dosha? What is the state of the doshas from the pulse? How can you make it? The kind of pressure that you have to apply, Vata being the most mobile, it's at Vata is the naughtiest kid from the class. Right? How many of you remember them? The school days, yes? The naughtiest of the kid from the class. Pitta is always at the middle level. The normal level of Pitta is at the median level of the skin. Right? And the Kapha is the backbenchers, isn't it? The one hiding from the teachers. So Kapha is always at the deep level. When it's in the normal state, it's at the deep level. It's many a times you may not be able to feel at all the Kapha pulse. That is also possible. So when you put your fingers on, you put less pressure on the Vata finger, middle pressure on the Pitta finger, and slightly more pressure, like how Dr. Hemansar said, to feel the Kapha. That now is the samadosha state or the normalcy. These are the normal levels of vata, pitta and kapha. Very important, guys. Right? If you understand the normal levels, then you will be able to understand the vikruti or the imbalance. Consider the top line, the superficial level of the skin. This is where you feel vata, right? The second line, if you consider the middle level of the skin. The third line is the deep line, right? So that is how, when you put your fingers, you have to put more pressure on the kapha finger because it's at a very deep level. The normal level of kapha, right? The backbencher who wants to hide from the teacher. Yes? Interesting picture, isn't it?
Yes.
So the vikruti, how do you understand the imbalances? Now if you remember, the normal level for vata was the superficial level. Right? When you put your fingers on the client's hand, client's arm, underneath the index finger, you feel as if the impulse is actually piercing through your finger, right? The jump is so high that it is piercing through your finger. Now, as I said, I've been to a number of tables and I know a lot of you already know how to feel this because many of you told me that you already feel Vata's going high. When do you feel Vata going high? Normally. Which are the conditions when you feel Vata going high? Can anyone? Traveling, yes. Right? Traveling, yes. Right? We all have been traveling a lot, and which is why it's normal if you feel Vata going a little bit high. Probably a few people are still having the jet lag effect. Yeah? Yes. Right? So these are the symptoms when you feel Vata going high. Vata going high can cause different symptoms, right? Like the fatigue, the weakness, the anxiety, the irregular heartbeat. Right? The irregular heartbeats. Vata, as we all know, likes to reside in the bones and the hollow cavities. It can also create different symptoms with the different dhatus. Right? The joint pains, the numbness and the cramps and sciatica. So when you feel Vata pulse jumping high, this is what you should ask. This is what you should ask. To see what symptoms the client has. The true meaning of Vata aggravated.
I have a question. If a person is generally a cold person, is always cold, is this a sign of Vata predominance, or it also might be Kapha predominance? Or, because Pitta is a hot person, but all persons are cold, so can we think that they are Vata people?
So you have to feel it from the pulse, definitely. But yes, Pitta is not predominant, that is for sure. Because Pitta, we will learn it a little later, where Pitta, when it affects the dhatus, it produces the heat. Right? And when you feel the dampness or the cold, it's actually kapha polluting different dhatus. Right? It's at an advanced level. For now, we are focusing more on the basics. Right? It's a good question, but yes, I don't want to put too many things in it and confuse everyone.
Your microphone, we cannot all hear you.
Yeah. So the pitta vikruti. The normal level of pitta is at the middle level. How do you find aggravated pitta from the pulse? Is when it goes beyond its normal level, which is the middle level, right? So middle level is the normal level. Aggravated level is anything beyond that, that is superficial level or beyond it, right? Some of you could feel also pitta aggravated in some people's pulse, right? You did it with her, with me, yes? So this is how you feel it. So normal level for vata, pay attention guys, normal level for vata can be aggravated level for pitta. Making sense? Yes? The normal level of pitta is the middle level. Now what it means to have aggravated pitta? What does it mean when somebody has aggravated pitta?
Usually,
Good. Yes. Very good.
ama,
Ama and Agni, yes, is associated. Agni can be associated with pitta, and we will learn it in the next few slides how to find about state of Agni as well as Ama. So in general, pitta, yes, the acidity, pitta symptoms, when it's aggravated, you can feel acidity or the burning sensation, right? The hair fall or the headaches, the migraines, yes, the skin disorders. The pitta likes to, pitta has the affinity towards rakta dhatu or the blood tissue, right? And that is how it moves to the skin and produces different symptoms. So pitta aggravated can also produce skin symptoms, right? Hair related things, the graying or the hair fall, or the burning sensations, even the sweating.
From a mental point of view, pitta is anger.
Yes, very good. Yes, pitta can be related with the rage or anger.
Or jealousy, maybe.
Also.
But vata can also be enthusiasm.
Yes. Because of the rajas, like I said, the naughtiest kid, the leader of the class, always.
maybe it's a sattva sometimes. Yes.
Yes. So moving on to kapha, right? The normal level of kapha is the deep level. Right. So when it moves out of its normal level, which is the middle level, or very rarely to the superficial level, right? Then you can see aggravated kapha. That's how you see aggravated kapha, right? Like she said, nowadays it's more vata and pitta imbalances. It's not so easy to find kapha aggravated in many people. But sometimes some conditions where you can see kapha aggravated, normally is obesity or the laziness, right? The itching, the humid, cold skin, like you were saying, somebody feels cold, something like that, right? And someone who has frequent cough and cold, someone who has rhinitis, cold and cough infections more often. That's when you have kapha aggravated. Right. So it was you, right? We were talking about practice. Practice, practice, and practice. The more you practice, the more you will come to know. Right? Knowing and doing are two different things. Knowing is knowing and doing is doing. Yes. So when you practice more, you learn more and more how to feel the normal state of Vata Pitta Kapha as well as the aggravated levels of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Yes?
Yeah, I think, like Dr. Smita said at the beginning, it's not so important to know all the background information. It's more important at first to start even to feel anything, to just feel anything. And when that's easygoing, then you can start to connect once. Otherwise, I tried when I visited your course, you get so many information and you want to feel everything. And then I'm sitting there, I'm so concentrated, and it's much too much. It's so much.
Like
just,
I said,
yeah, just to feel.
well,
Yeah, just.
you know, you connect the dots.
Yes.
But first you have to focus on the dots.
Correct.
You
Yeah.
can connect the dots later. Right? There will be tons of information
Yes.
in the week, right? But it's important to start one thing at a time. Right? Which is why you have to focus on the basics, right? Rather than going to a advanced level. We still have 3 years to learn the advanced level. Right? We can't learn everything in one day, which is why we have 3 years.
That's why in these 3 years we should come for 3-4 months to Ayushakti and stay here.
Yeah.
That's the best way actually.
That's the best way. The practical way is the best way to learn.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I understand one and the same person has a constitutional prakriti, like it has a certain dominance. But throughout life, the doshas can change. I mean, it's not the same every day. So shall we consider that only sama dosha is normal and we should aim at making all patients sama dosha in the end, or we should accept that one person is always more vata, let's say?
Very good question. Right? Prakriti is something different, right? And the samadoshas or the equilibrium is one more thing. Both are not the same, right? You are born with some particular constitution, that's one thing, right? But the equilibrium of the doshas is what we aim to achieve with the treatment or the diet or the herbal supplements or the marma, the different tools.
So we should aim at that.
We should aim to get the equilibrium of the dosha. So for example, if your vata is going high, we should aim for vata to come to its normal state.
And if we, let's say we heal perfectly a person and keep between his sama dosha, after some time that person will revert to his innate prakriti, or he can change totally different.
Like I said again, prakriti is one thing, right? The prakriti is one thing, but the doshas behave differently, right? There are different factors which affects the doshas, right? From the season to the food to the lifestyle, right?
No, my question was the same person will revert throughout same?
Yes, yes, because a Vata person
Yeah.
normally has the tendency
To always go
to always go towards aggravated Vata,
despite the detoxifications. and
Yes.
everything.
which is why it's important to be on the path. Like if you remember, she shared one example where she said she has cheat days or the junk eating day. Like she said, junk eating day, not the cheat day. Yeah, the junk eating day, right? But what she said was the next day after having the junk eating day is the detox day or the fasting day. So that's how you control it.
How often do you do it, Dr. Smith?
I think it's just one evening in a month, but it depends on how my body can tolerate.
Once a month.
It's a secret question.
Secret question. It always
Simple
depends
question
on.
but difficult to answer.
Yeah.
That's an advanced answer.
So
Let's
now
not go in that
we want to,
direction now.
like I suggest, practice. Correct?
Yeah.
So maybe we start the practice and we learn more.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Please.
You had this graph. You had the graph with the Vata, each one showing how it grows to make it aggravated or test, realize that it's aggravated. I didn't remember seeing the graph for Vata. How do you know if that's aggravated? How high does it go then?
It was there in there. It's like, did I miss that?
We lost
It was
it.
Yeah. It was there. We will show it to you again, like this. So if you remember,
Yeah.
It's going slightly
Oh,
above.
just
above.
slightly. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
Like I
you
said,
feel
it
this
piercing through the finger.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Good. Good question. When you ask a question, means you are awake. After jet, there is no jet lag effect.
And interested.
Yeah. No, interested means they are here, but no jet lag. Good.
That's amazing, yes.
Please.
I had a question about pitta and excessive sweating. So, it's very hot out, and some people sweat more than others. Like two of us sweat more yesterday than two others. And is it just because it's hot, or is it because of excess pitta? Does it necessarily mean the pitta is excess because you're sweating when you're not used to being in this warm weather?
Good question. It can be both. Need to check the whole steps, follow the all 5 steps. Then we can understand whether it is because of the dhatu vikruti, because the any imbalance in the any of tissues, or something because of the dosa imbalance, or what.
Or toxins.
Good question. Or maybe because
maybe
of
when you change
Also
the
the fact
weather.
that the hot and humid conditions
Exactly.
can aggravate
When you
it.
change the weather,
Even if your pitta is not so aggravated before
But-
coming,
it
that
get confused in the
not confused.
Not confused.
Not to get confused, that's why you are here.
the hot and
Not
humid
me.
conditions.
I mean to say, not your. Yeah, no. Very good. Good. Yeah, please.
Just a short follow-up question. I don't need the mic.
Yeah.